Oh, baby, no, baby, you got me all wrong, baby. My baby's already got all my love. So no, no, honey, I'm good. I can have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home, and if I stay, I might not leave alone. No, honey, I'm good. I can have another, but I probably.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's Joel again, Dad Life, back at you again. Wow, it's 7:40 right now. Already been up for a while. Been up since 4:30. Had about 2 hours of sleep. Went to bed this morning at 2 a.m. Woke up around 4:30. So I guess that's 2.5 hours. Keep looking back over my shoulder because one of my dogs, they're sleeping, but I guess they're like barking in their sleep. But yeah, man, wow, this has been a great morning. I've accomplished so much. Had a client this morning at 4:45. She truly crushed it. She brought the energy. Like I always say, she brings the energy, I bring the coffee. So I'm awake, I'm doing my job, but her energy is what really is going to change her life. I started coaching her. She's my first client that I've had in a while, since I stopped doing personal training. Now I'm back into it. She's the first client I had in a while, and I'm excited for her to reach her goals. Yeah, I'm excited. So we worked out 4:45 to maybe about close to 6 this morning. Close to 6. Again, I can't say great things about her. She's just amazing. Then I came inside, per what my mentor has been telling me. Started off my morning with the sermon. I'd like to tell you about that. Sermon, it was a podcast from Elevation, Pastor Stephen Furtick. He's one of the people I listen to on a daily basis. The title of the sermon was called "I Know How the Story Ends," and he was just talking about how. Let's look at my notes. I mean, I should know because I just listened to it, but I want to make sure I'm telling it right. It was just talking about how you need to do the day-to-day and how opportunity presents itself as ordinary. And it's just saying, like, you have to face the ordinary. And just talking about how it's not going to be, for instance, since with Dad Life, what he was talking about, related to that, if you have kids, it's not going to be that one big conversation that's going to change your kid's life, or that one trip that's going to magically change them and open their eyes. It's that day-to-day time that you put in with them. It's that everyday conversation. It's that hug that you give them every day. It's that quality time that you spend. It's not that one big thing. It's that ordinary day-to-day. That's what your opportunity is going to be presented in. It's talking about the story of David and Goliath, and Goliath is symbolic to us now as anything that opposes the will of God in our life. But we have to be there doing the day-to-day, doing the ordinary, and have that attitude that, we're serving God every day in the ordinary so that we can fight our Goliath. It was also talking about know who your Goliath is, or know what your Goliath is. Sometimes we're fighting the preliminary battle and missing the real battle, missing our Goliath. Let's relate this to my relationship, somebody else's relationship with my wife and I. We might have an argument, and maybe an argument about money. That's a huge thing, and I feel like in everybody's relationship, we might be arguing about money, and we don't see eye to eye, and she might get mad at me, and I might get mad at her, and then we start fighting each other and saying things we don't really mean to say, but then, if you think about it, that's the devil putting that on us to, fight each other, and she's not who I need to be fighting. She's my partner. She's who I need to work with. So we need to step back and realize, hey, you're not my battle. The money issues are how we're going to better use the tools, which is money, that God's given us and blessed us with at this stage in our life. How are we going to use that to further us? That might be the battle. But the battle is not each other. That's the main thing. It was also just talking about how, in the Bible, it was just something that he said. It's probably not, written in the Bible, but it's kind of thinking like, with David and Goliath, most people saw him as too big to kill. And then David saw Goliath as too big to miss. It's all about your mindset. And that's something that I've been dealing with a lot lately. And my mentor gave me a book, or told me about reading a book called As a Man Thinketh. And, there's a couple other, I watch, Mindset Motivation by Rob Dial. And he talks about mindset a lot. And it's just like, where's your mind at? Is it thinking that this thing is too big, like too big to kill? Or like David had in his mind, the guy's too big to miss? And that's just taking the same situation and just changing it in your mind. And kind of like what it was taught to me in the book, As a Man Thinketh, a man will be what he wills to be. So if you will it to happen, it'll happen. And I take that along those lines as, if you will it to happen, as long as it's in God's plans and it follows, godliness. What else was it talking about? It's also just talking about being comfortable, and this again goes with so many things that I've always been taught recently. This morning when I was listening to the podcast with Stephen Frederick, he was talking about you can get comfortable in your discomfort if you're in it long enough. And take it to the real world. If you're stuck in this life where you're just living comfortable, is that what you really need to be doing? If you are comfortable and that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I personally believe that, God intends us to not always stay comfortable. I don't think growth is something that's comfortable. You have to step outside your comfort zone to grow, and I feel like God wants us to continually grow. Something that my mentor taught me that someone taught him was to be an and person. You don't want to just be, you don't want to be that just it. And if you're being comfortable, you're not an and person. You always need to be doing more. Kind of like, for instance, I strive to be a good husband. Not period. I strive to be a good husband. And I strive to be a good father or dad. And I strive to be a good coach. And I strive to be good at my job. And I strive to be a nice person. You want to always be an and person. You don't want to just be wherever you're at. And me striving to be an and person is not always comfortable. Like I said, I woke up at 4:30 this morning. I had 2 hours of sleep. But the person I coached is a friend of mine. So I'm striving to be a coach and a friend and a motivator. It's not comfortable to wake up at 4:30. It's not comfortable to have 2 hours of sleep. It's not comfortable to work out, do all this work, cut the grass, do everything that I'm going to be doing today. It's not comfortable. But in order for you to grow, in order for me to grow, we need to be an and person. Too long in my life, I've been a person who was just not... I was comfortable. I was a comfortable person. We'll leave it at that. I was a comfortable person that was just getting me average results. Since I've become uncomfortable waking up early, I'm starting new business ventures, and those business ventures, some are taking off faster than others, but I started a business venture yesterday, already have 3 clients. And that's going to help out my family. That's my ultimate goal, to help out my family. I know I have 3 clients in one day. That's amazing. Like, it's 7:50. I started it yesterday. I've been up for a couple hours. The way I used to be, I would still be sleeping. But I've already put in more work in the morning than I used to, and it's showing progress. And that's what you need to do. You need to realize where you need to change in your life and fix it. Sorry, I went off on a tangent. We'll get back to what we're talking about. Yeah, so about when I was talking about money issues and my wife, I was just talking about we can't defeat the real opponent if we're fighting the wrong people. So if my wife and I are having a discussion about money, and then we start, throwing shots at each other, getting mad at each other, being rude to each other. My wife's favorite thing is, talking with her head, doing stuff like that. And then I can't listen because I'm focusing on the way she's saying things versus like what she's saying. So we're always doing things like that. We can't fight the real problem, which might be money issues, which might be me spending too much money, not investing in assets, not having a certain amount in savings to fall back on. So we're focused on the wrong issue. We can't fight the real problem. And you can apply that to many things in your life and your relationship. You can just apply that anywhere. So another thing that Pastor Steven said that was really important was, your story's still been written. So whether it's, a relationship issue that you thought was done with you and your wife, like, we're done, period. I don't know the name of this. He said the exact name, but I use this all the time when I text people. Instead of just like a period, I do ... because I'm going to say more. So your things are not done. You can always ... things and continue on them, work on them. Your story's been written. You can always be redeemed. Jesus resurrects. He is the resurrection. You put him in your life as the head of your life, and he can work wonders. While we're on relationship issues, if you are having relationship problems, I highly recommend His Needs, Her Needs. And As a Man Thinketh, it blows your mind. It's helped me to realize stuff in my relationship, and I've been able to change things around mentally up here, which has actually changed my circumstances, because your thoughts cannot be kept secret. Your thoughts become your habits become your circumstances. Again, that's in the book As a Man Thinketh. Think on that. If you can learn that, it's golden. Again, you can't keep your thoughts a secret. Your thoughts become your habits become your circumstances. Alright, so another thing, don't want to make this too long. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and end it right now. This is good enough. Again, I'll throw a little bit of my workouts in there at the end of this video, and then watch out for the next video. It's gonna have some things I learned again from Motivation Monday from Rob Dial, and then following that, I should have a guest. Hopefully, we have a guest with us. We'll see if he actually comes or not. But as I promised, YouTube is gonna be getting better. At least my channel. We have a tripod coming soon from Amazon. We got a backdrop, so it's gonna be a lot better. I'm excited to see where we go with this. All right, I'm gonna leave you. Next, you'll see my workout videos, and again, please subscribe. Let me know what type of content you want to hear and what you want.